The adventure continues. Havili headed out into the further fetched Tongan Islands to find exceptional reef, things that possibly couldn't be explained, although some might try to use pictures or videos to explain the coral that we saw, but I decided to use drawing, sketches, and a bit of color to do my best to show you the deer antler coral and the big fish, the sharks, and the many other creations we came across, many of which were fish that ended up on the Havili chopping block, parrotfish, grouper, red snapper, so many that then were brought to the beach so that we might have feasts on fires. We weren't the only ones to feast. Mega moths snacked on our desserts before we could move in with their weird little succubus tongues, and lobsters we found, although they too became dinner. From there, we moved to the way out parts, to the volcanoes, Kau and Tofua, for the first rolly night anchorage, so rolly that it made your limbs wobble in dreams, and it happened to be an exceptional full moon rise. The first full day at Tofua led to an incredible shark encounter. The captain had speared a fish, but the sharks decided it would be their meal and not ours. The blood in the water drew lots of sharks. The sharks surrounded everybody and moved in. Laura drank half a gallon of seawater, and some of us were on shore just hiking about with little mice. The sharks wouldn't be deterred, so they moved in on the speared fish, and it became dinner. Also on board the boat that day happened to be a new crew member, Swamp Guy. Swamp Guy. He sounds like a frog, smelled like a hog. He made you cry, he's Swamp Guy. Only Captain Nancy liked Swamp Guy. Everybody else felt like this around him. The day after was the day that we would hike the volcano. Led by these two intrepid explorers, armed with this map, we parked the boat. We hiked up through the jungle, went to the volcano rim, hiked along the rim, down into the crater, up to the active crater's rim, where we sat and stared into the eyes of the volcano goddess and heard the exhale of all the noxious fumes. And attempted, after that, to get down to the crystal waters of the lake below, although we were thwarted by an epic field of lava rock. The next day, a second volcano trip was made, but rain was falling and not much was to be seen at the top, and the sea was angry. Waves made for a dramatic return to the dinghy to get back to Havili. Kevin, calling out for the concern of his love, leaping into the water, yelled out into the rainfall, "Darling Doodle!" While the rest of the crew watched from the bobbing waves or the safety of the dinghy. All made it back, and a calm, warm night was had on Havili before they moved on to other islands.